Welcome to the final of these Holy Week reflections for the evenings of Holy Week from St George's Church, Glasgow. And a reminder as well for tomorrow, have your sausage sandwich or your bacon bap, and there will be a service online for Easter Day, a slightly longer service with some songs and gathering together tomorrow at 10 a.m. This is Holy Saturday. I bring a reading from John chapter 19, verses 38 to 42. Later, Joseph of Arimathea asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. Now Joseph was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly, because he feared the Jewish leaders. With Pilate's permission, he came and took the body away. He was accompanied by Nicodemus, the man who earlier had visited Jesus at night. Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 35 kilograms. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices in strips of linen. This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb, in which no one had ever been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. Holy Saturday, the waiting time. Some will have a vigil through the night on this particular holy evening. Waiting. Most of us aren't very good at it, myself included. Waiting can cause frustration and impatience, whether it's for a bus or a train or just for the computer to fire up. We don't like waiting so often. Waiting can cause anxiety and fear. Waiting for that call, perhaps from the doctors or the hospital. Waiting and not knowing something can be really hard. Try being a Leeds United fan at this time, waiting for how the season will end and if it will. But also waiting in anticipation, in excitement. That special day, that celebration, tomorrow when my wife Avril will be able to have chocolate again. There are different sorts of waiting. For some waiting, there is a day or a deadline that we know is coming. But other waiting is much harder when we don't know when something is coming, something is ending. When will this pandemic ease? When will restrictions be lifted? Concern us all at this time. This waiting may actually be quite some time. Now, on that first Easter Saturday, perhaps it was not so much waiting. People were in grief and loss and would go to the tomb next day simply to anoint a dead body with oil and spices again. Today, we have a different perspective because of that first Easter Sunday. But we're not there yet. It is helpful to wait. In reading that short passage this evening, there was a lovely line that stood out to me. At the place where Jesus was laid, there was a garden. A garden reminds us of when things will grow. Winter is followed by spring, the bursting into colour and life. just on my daily walk or run, to see the lovely smell and sight of colourful blossom is a reminder of things springing into life. At the cross, it may have been as though Satan was saying to Jesus, "You are finished." But Jesus replies, "It is finished." Do you know people who sometimes like to have the last word? Jesus has the last word. This is not the end. We're waiting. There's a story of a play, a film called Checkmate. And on the poster there was a chessboard. And an expert looked at it and said, "There's something wrong. There's something not quite right with this poster of Checkmate." And then he said, the king has one more move. The king has one more move. What a difference a day will make. This is Easter Saturday and we are waiting. But the king has one more move. I'm going to conclude this reflection with a reading from Stages on the Way by the Wild Goose Worship Group, and then a suggestion for prayer as we close. It's entitled, "Lord, Where Are You Now?" So there it is, the ugly shape of beautiful wood, rough hewn by human hands. Lord, where are you now? And there it is, a tight shut tomb, a borrowed grave, sealed with stone and silence. Lord, where are you now? And there it is, your broken body, shrouded in linen, clothed in darkness. Lord, where are you now? And somewhere stand your people, crying though tired of crying, their eyes sore and bloodshot. They will not sleep tonight. Lord, where are you now? And out in the streets the children have stopped their playing. The sound of music has gone sour. Even the unlikely folk fidget and wonder. Lord, where are you now? And here are we, saying, if only. Murmuring, surely not. Counting the cost for once of our carelessness and our lovelessness and our sin. Trying so vainly to gain all. We've bartered you away in the transaction. We have lost the one who found us. With the Peters and Marys of all time, we wait. For only you can tell whether we are worth rising for. Amen. And a verse from Psalm 27 says this: I am still confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. What are you waiting for? You might want to take a few minutes now to light a candle. Pray for the hope and light of Christ to come to people and places on your hearts. The King has one more move.